Yeah, that's nearly how it ended. And 100 days ago, I started with nothing, no direction at all. And in these 100 days, I gathered resources, explored my world, and began turning this into something I could be proud of. So this is how I survived 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore. And this is it. This is where I'm going to be spending the next 100 days. My first goal is simple. To get full iron armor and armor tools, and even find some diamonds.
Nice.
It's a good start towards diamond armor. And there's even more diamonds down here. And this is a pretty good vein of diamonds. It's an 8 vein. And there's a skeleton spawner here. And we now can make full iron armor with some diamond boots. Oh my god, there's a notch apple. What is the chances of that? That's the first chest I open, and I get a notch apple. I was not expecting to open the chest to a notch apple. And I actually think this might be a good time to make a diamond sword real fast. And then we can take out these zombies a little faster. More diamonds over there. We might just have full diamond armor at this rate. In the span of a day, we have found a skeleton and a zombie spawner. And in these chests, some very good loot for early game. Oh my goodness. That almost was the end of me. If it matters, I now have a full set of iron armor and iron tools, even though I could have made diamond stuff now. And the creepers revealed diamonds, okay. And I can now make myself an upgraded pickaxe. And now I think after about 40 minutes of mining, I can go home. Or go find a home, I guess. Now it's time to find a village. And there's a pink sheep at spawn? And in the distance, I see it. Iron tools. We're past those days. But now my job is to make sure none of these villagers end up dead. To do that, I'm going to have to do a lot of deforestation. And after a full day's worth of work, I think I have enough wood. And now I can make these all into fences. And now I can start placing them. Well, the day has come to an end, but I have finally fenced in the village. Now I think today is the perfect day to start a farm. I think right here is the perfect spot. It may not look like much now, but it will grow. And with a lot of this leftover wood that we have, I'm going to trade with a Fletcher. Now I want to make a lectern. Now I want to get mending, unbreaking, or even fortune. Guys, I'm not even that far in, and I got unbreaking 2 for 11. I might just have to take this. Just kidding. We're gonna keep going. Oh my god, I got mending for 36 emeralds. Now we can buy mending from our villager. And now we have mending. I just have to repeat the process to get an unbreaking 3 villager. And I've got an unbreaking 3 for 13 emeralds. I will be right back, sir. I know there's one more book I would want to try and get, but my sugarcane levels are a little low. So I'm gonna grab a boat, and now I'm going to set sail in hopes of finding sugarcane. That was a close one. We did get 55 sugarcane from that, so that's gonna help us very much. Now we're gonna go for fortune 3. That is a book I'll take. Efficiency 5. Thank you very much. And now we can buy that. We now almost have a maxed out fortune 3 pickaxe. And now you, good sir, are going to give me fortune 3. And we got in protection 4 for a ridiculous price. I don't have much of a choice, so I'm going to buy it. Now I'm a bit low on iron, so we're gonna go mining for some iron. I found another mob spawner, and this one's a zombie one again. Okay. And another enchanted golden apple. I found both of them here. Oh my goodness. And another music disc. I will gladly take that. And other side in the... Oh my goodness. Behind this one, I see another one. And oh my... There's another one. Future me should put how many spawners we have found in total here. And now with enough stuff mined, I think it's time we get out of here. And this I can get a quick achievement for. We can put it back, and there's an axolotl, so I'm gonna take that guy. And there also seems to be a pink one here, so I think I'm gonna do some smelting real fast, and I can bring home 2 axolotls. And on my travels home, I've actually found another village, and yet again, No carrots. And there it is. My home. And from my travels, we now can add another notch apple over a stack of diamonds, and we definitely have enough iron to make an anvil. And now we're going to use mending and breaking in efficiency 5. I think I did that the wrong way, as I used 18 levels on that. I should have done this while I was in the caves, but I need to get some obsidian. On our search, we have found some diamonds. Not like I need any more of those. And I just mined lapis, and there's diamonds underneath. What the heck? And it's an 8 vein. This is... wow, okay. Also found a mob spawner, which is no use to me at this point. But what's inside the chests is more useful to me. And another enchanted golden apple? What the heck? That is 3 notch apples that I found from just spawners. That is insane. And let's hope it leads... to a lot, and it does lead to a lava pool and another monster spawner. What the heck? Finally, we can get some obsidian. We have a good inventory here. We have another half a stack of diamonds almost. I think we can head home. Well, I'm almost home, but it's nice to see the crops are growing, although it is rather slow. And finally, I am home. Now I think it's finally time we head to the Nether. And right by the portal, there is a fortress. Oh my goodness. I thought that was it. I thought I had just lost the world. Oh my, that was... my heart started beating there. Not even 30 seconds into the Nether and I've already almost died. And we've made it into the fortress and there's Blaze. Okay, and just like that, we have our first Blaze rod. And we have our first armor trim. Now here is one of the main things I need. And there's actually 2 nether wart rooms right by each other. And now it's time to collect lots and lots of blaze rods. I have 16 blaze rods now. That's probably going to be enough. Also completely out of food. And now I would like to get one more sheep. And for that, we're going to have to travel out into the woods. And here we go. We found a sheep. Now we can breed these guys up. And we can start day 17 by harvesting our sugarcane. And now I want to clear up some space. Right here. I'm pretty sure this is enough space. And now I'm going to need some wood, and we're going to need some pistons, and also some hoppers, and finally some observers. I real quick want to make a stone cutter. And with the stone cutter, we're going to make deep slate bricks. I should have everything I need, so now I'm going to get to building. I also forgot I need some redstone blocks for this build, and also a hopper minecart. And now I've done a smaller version, but basically you can make this as long as you want. I would preferably do 16, but I just don't have the resources. Now I'm just going to fill this part in with just solid blocks, and then we can put the dirt on top of the rails. And now after you put the water in, I kind of just skipped over that step. You want to put another layer of blocks on top of that. And now I only have enough stuff to do one side, so I didn't really plan this properly. But basically, you're gonna put down the pistons like so, and then you also want to put the observers facing with the face of the observer facing that way. And now in the middle of this, you want to put down a line of redstone, and then on top of that, you want to put down blocks. And now to actually get this farm to work and have no sugarcane lost, I need to go get some what is that, sand, as we need glass for this build. And now we're going to set all of this sand off smelting, and now we can plant the sugarcane and then place the glass in front. And now after adding some final touches, we should have a fully automatic sugarcane farm once we put down this hopper minecart. And now for aesthetic purposes, I'm going to make this look really well. And I'm only doing this because spiders can get into this, and I do not want any spiders breaking the farm. And now I want to get all the protection 4 books that I need for my armor, which could take some time. And to get protection 4, I'm gonna have to chop down most of this forest. Well, we have over a stack of emeralds, and I've kind of changed my mind up about what book I want to get. I'm actually going to buy 4 Unbreaking. I'm gonna buy some Unbreaking 3 books. Well, I could afford 6 Unbreaking 3 books, and I really want to focus on getting efficiency 5 and mending for this diamond axe. But before I can do that, I want to make a villager breeder. And to do this, well, we're just gonna go to this back corner, and we're gonna make a little staircase down, and then finally I'm gonna carve out a small room. Now this should be a big enough room for now, and then I'm gonna properly light this place, and then we're gonna place a composter, and the sun's going down, so we're gonna have to finish this tomorrow. And now to start the day off, we're gonna go harvest our crops at the little tiny farm, quickly replant them. And then down here, we're going to carve out a little 5x5 area, and then we're going to place some dirt and then put some crops down. So now we just need to wait until all of them start going to bed. What are you doing up there, man? Now finally all of the villagers are in this room. Now I want to make an enchantment table. There we go. Now I want to make a load of bookshelves, but we can only make 10. Now we're going to go out looking for cows. Well, we have way more than enough leather. I kind of went overkill. We only needed about 30. As I forgot, we already got some books from some villages. But it got me a ton of food. So now it's time to travel 3,600 blocks all the way back to our base. This could take some time. And finally, after a day and almost 2 days, actually, worth of traveling, I have made it home. Just like that, with the books we collected, we can make 9 bookshelves. And then we can make 21 more books. And finally make the last 6 that we need. And just like that, we now have a fully maxed out enchantment table. And there we go, that's a pretty good axe. Actually, we can get protection 4 just from this, and that's basically maxed out. And now we can get a feather falling 4 book at a 30 level enchantment. I think I'm going to take that. And there we go, we now have level 30, and now we can get this feather falling 4 book, and we could put mending on this axe. Well, it has been a minute, and I've let all of my food now smelt. And it's also nighttime, so I'm gonna get some sleep. But now I want to place down a double chest right here. And now I want to start working on a house. So we need about 20 cobblestone stairs. We also are gonna need some stone for this build. We're also gonna need some of these leaves. And I'm going to need about a stack of tuff, and at the moment, we don't have any. I also am just realizing I'm gonna need some andesite for this build, and also some copper. Well, that should be enough andesite. Now here's what I really came for, tuff. And that should be enough tuff. Now I need to get another thing. And we're actually surrounded by it right now. And I found another mob spawner. And well, we don't really need one, but I will take all of its loot. I need to get a ridiculous amount now of cobbled deep slate. I'm pretty sure 1,024 pieces of cobbled deep slate is enough. We're gonna get out of here. And we can start smelting up all this copper. But I'm just gonna AFK until this copper is done smelting. And now that we have all this cobbled deep slate, we need a stack of deep slate tiles. And then we need 3 stacks of deep slate brick stairs. We need 22 cobbled deep slate stairs, and then we need 5 stacks of deep slate bricks. But now we can make blocks of copper. I also started smelting our clay into bricks, as I want to make brick stairs. And to start the 40 days off, we have finally hit over 2 stacks of diamonds. I also, before we left for the mining trip, enchanted my boots. And I got Depth Strider 3, which I think I want to try and keep, so I'm going to try not to break these boots. And with this new pickaxe I made, I'm going to try and get Silk Touch. I think I'm just going to enchant with Fortune 3. The next thing I can get is Silk Touch. So I'm going to make a new pickaxe, and I'm going to enchant this with Silk Touch. It's level 30, and now we can have Silk Touch. We're looking a little low on the level side now. And now we have way more than enough copper. And now I need to get 9 stacks of oak logs. This could take me some time. Well, I have well over enough wood for this project now. So now we can head home, and then we can throw most of this into this chest, and then we're gonna keep 4 stacks. We're gonna keep 2 stacks on me, so I need to do this. And something that's really easy we can do right now is make glass panes that we need, which we only need 16. And now I need campfires, so I'm just gonna steal them from my own village. And we might as well get this over with. I'm gonna need a ton, and I mean a ton, of spruce wood. After a good solid like 2 days of mining wood, I think I have enough. So there's the planks, there's the stairs, there's the spruce fence gates and all of the slabs, which I kind of went overboard with the slabs, I believe. More materials keep getting added to the list, but I need to go get oak leaves. And after a quick change of heart, I'm gonna actually do spruce leaves. But now I have to start the long and painful task of moving all these resources up there. It took me a minute, but now we're finally up here, and now we need to lay it out. First off, if you want to build the house I'm building, I'll link the tutorial down in the description. The one I'm following is by Crema_ on YouTube. It's a really cool design, and I thought I should maybe use it. Okay, so finally we have the first floor done, and now I'm working on the second floor here. Thought I'd do a quick little update. Basically, all you do is after you do that, you put a trapdoor, a stair, a log, the barrel, and then you go 5 up and then go over. And basically, I've repeated that process on all the sides. Finally, I can move on to the roof. Before we start building the roof, I'm going to actually move all my materials inside. Basically, you just put a stair, an upside down stair, and then put a block, stair, and you just repeat from there. Basically, with free cam, that is the shape of the roof we want. Now I get to put that exact same shape on all the other sides. Now I almost forgot, but you need to put an upside down stair, like this going up, which gives us this shape. And I need to do this on all the sides. I nearly forgot about it. And now I'm going to work through the night to put this roof on. That is how the back wall goes here. I couldn't decide if I wanted spruce fences or dark oak fences, so I just went with spruce fences because it's all around me. There we go. That is all 4 sides now done. Now, as I was saying, we can start on the roof. So far, here is the roof on the house. Also, I'm realizing I probably should full screen. Now, I'm nearly done with the roof, but here is what it's turning out to be. It's looking pretty good. I've actually realized I've forgotten a material, but it doesn't matter. We have so much deep slate bricks, it really didn't cost me anything. Now, once this row of deep slate bricks is down, we are finished. Oh, that was actually a lie. I'm gonna put spruce trapdoors and spruce planks up here. Now the roof is fully finished. Now we can start working a bit more on this tower here. Now those ladders are going to come in useful. Place them on the wrong side, so hold up. And now we're going to put glass here, and then we can put a trapdoor with a spruce fence gate open under it like that, and then we'll do the same on this side. Last but not least, we need to actually put a roof on this thing as well. So this is what I've went with here. Now on all 4 sides, I want to put stairs on the cobblestone. And then we're going to put a slab on top of that stair and then 2 trapdoors. And now the roof is a similar thing, you just use slabs on it. And then in the middle, you put a trapdoor and then a spruce... And then I think you actually... No, you don't put that. You put a plank on there. And then this is the roof done, and we're just missing one thing. And whilst I'm here, I'm actually going to put fences in these corners as it looks better. And I have some visitors already. But I'm going to quickly make a cobblestone wall. And up here, we're going to put a cobblestone wall followed by 2 fences. And now that almost finishes the house, we just have to add one final touch here. And the material I need, I've put in my chests. Now I'm going to place campfires just like that. And then right here, I want to hang a lantern. And I believe I am done. And that is the entire house finished. I'm also going to quickly fill this in because I forgot to. I'm going to surround my door with cobblestone, and now I can finally start the interior, which I will slowly do over time. And now up here is going to be my main bedroom. And I have a really cool idea for over here. It just requires barrels, and it's a good thing we have a ton of those. Now, after checking what I did in my creative world, this is the design I went with. And we need to get rid of these stairs, they don't look good. And instead we'll place trapdoors. And then I want to line out some pillars on the downstairs floor real fast, which does require us to take down a little bit of this wall here, which now we're going to make 13 crafting tables. And at the bottom of every pillar I want to have a crafting table. We could also add a bush right here. Now I'm working a bit on the doorway, and I think I'm going to go for something like this, which to cover these holes, we're going to use spruce stairs. And I think that's good, but under here, I want to have glowstone. I don't seem to have any glowstone. And now let's head to the Nether. Oh my goodness, there was a creeper that nearly just killed me. It's a good thing we brought one of these. And there's actually some shroom lights here I think I'm going to take instead. Now I can head home. Now we can put our shroom lights in. And this helmet's going to break, so I probably should just make a new one. From the enchantment table, we can get protection 4 on that. And now I'm wondering if any of these guys offer a book trade. There. Now I need to find my mending 3 villager. There he is. Found him. Now on these boots, we're gonna throw... That's not gonna work like that. Instead we're actually gonna make brand new diamond boots, and we can throw protection 4 on those for very cheap. We can now combine those for 14, but I'm not gonna do that just yet. And this one costs 2 levels to do. And then on these boots we can do it for 3 levels. That makes that 21 levels, but I don't really want that, so we're gonna do this for 8 levels. And then finally, that's going to cost 23 levels to almost have our boots maxed out. But yes, we finally have new diamond boots. This helmet, we can get protection 4 from it. So I have an idea of how we can get those levels. And you guessed it, we're just going to trade all of our sticks and wood for emeralds. So now I almost have 2 stacks of emeralds. Let's buy some mending. And I'm going to quickly throw one of these onto my leggings to make those maxed out. But now if we want to beat the dragon before day 70... I have to do something about this XP. And eventually we're gonna find lapis. And eventually, oh my god. was just about to say, eventually we're gonna find nether quartz, but we found ancient debris. Now there's something in this biome I want to try and get. And here it is, a happy gas. I also am gonna take these bone blocks. And there's level 25. Finally, there's level 30. Sir, take this gold. And here it is, the warped forest. It just so happens that this is the smallest warped forest in history. I'm gonna have to keep traveling to find a decent sized one. But instead of travel to Nether to find one of those, I'm just gonna go back home. And since we're home, the sugarcane farm's been doing nice. And I think I got enough quartz, but I now have enough levels to enchant this helmet. And that's a good start. I'll take that sword. I'm actually gonna take the boots that I have in here. It costs 23 levels, so we're not doing that. Instead, I want to put mending on this sword and mending on my Fortune 3 pickaxe. You know what? We have enough levels, so we're gonna do it. Now I'm a complete idiot, but I forgot I could have put mending on this helmet. And look at that, we can get total B location. Look at this thing, doesn't it just look beautiful? It is missing a couple flowers right here that I want to add, but I just don't know where to find the orange flowers. So I want to make a full stack of lapis blocks and also all of the diamonds we gathered from our trips, which turns out to be 15 diamond blocks. That is insane. I'm actually going to take all of the raw materials we have and bring it over to the village because I haven't fully moved out of this house yet. I'm going to take most of the valuables from this place. And we have so many valuables, we're probably gonna have to make a second trip. There we go, we can get almost a full stack of redstone blocks here. And we could do the same for all of this lapis I have. And let's do the same with the diamonds. Now we have 23 gold blocks. We're taking all the coal from this place now. And now we're gonna start day 62 off with a bang, and we're gonna do some decorating. And I don't know why I said it like that, it just came out that way. First of all, we can set down our furnaces, and also our blast furnaces. And now I think it's time we finally get the rest of the ender pearls that we need to go fight the dragon. Which means we're gonna have to find a warped forest. Now we're gonna head through this soul sand valley. She decided we're gonna head through the fortress and go east since we haven't been that way. And finally I found a blue forest. Actually, real quick, I want to turn all of this into gold ingots. And we're gonna make gold boots real fast so I don't anger any of these guys. And since I'm here, I'm gonna do some trading. For the life of me, I can't find any piglins, so we're just gonna go to the blue biome. I actually remember the name just now. It's a warped forest. Don't know why I was drawing a blank to that. And now I'm doing a very dangerous task. I'm going to bridge across this lava pool. And already I see an enderman. Let's go kill him for this pearl. We got 2 pearls from him. We're getting close. Well, this guy that I dropped down here took some knockback, but he gave me another pearl. And now we nearly have all of the pearls that we need. We have 20 pearls. I think that's going to be enough. Let's head back home. But before we head home, I'm actually going to trade with this guy. So if he wants to just follow me, never mind, he actually wants to go over here. Well, I didn't really get anything crazy. The only good thing I got was this fire res. So now we're going to head home because that was just useless. Oh my goodness. That was slightly terrifying. Thank goodness I didn't panic there because that would have ended a lot worse than it did. And now we're back in the fortress after a little bit of a jump scare. I also just realized we have a stack of days now. That's pretty cool. And he dropped... That's the first goal I get. Let's go. And finally we can go back home. Quickly pick our enchantment table up. And now I finally want to put my enchantment table in my house, which it's going to go on the 3rd floor. And I've slightly messed this up. I'm actually only missing 2 pieces of obsidian that I need. So for the 5 millionth time in this video, I'm going to go mining. Now we can get the obsidian, and now we can head home, which actually is east, not south. Even find some diamonds on the way home. And on my travels up, I've actually found another mob spawner, it seems like. And it doesn't really have any good loot. And now that we're back at the base, we can take the blaze rods that we have, finally craft some eyes of ender. We can finally make an ender chest. Make that 2 ender chests. So we can leave one in the base now. And it's gonna seem random, but I'm actually gonna throw all of my Unbreaking 3 books and all of my wood in there. And now I think I'm ready to go to the end. And now I'm ready to go to the stronghold. Well, it seems to be under this mountain, I think. And I think I'm going to dig down right here. It should be close enough. And here we are. We have made it. I've also found the library room right off the bat, which has an eye armor trim, which I will gladly take that. An efficiency 4, sweeping edge 3. I can't say no to that. And there's another one of these. And riptide 3. I'll take it. Why not? Oh my, there's a spawner in here? What the heck? And in here we have, oh, another other side disc and some diamonds. Pretty nice. And here we are. We finally found it. And it's an empty eye. That can't be good because we're missing one, and I I have no blaze rods. So it looks like I'm gonna quickly mine some obsidian. I remember opening the chest down here that had iron in it. I just don't know where. There we go. So we can now make the flint and steel and spawn right by our original portal and by the fortress. And there we go. We have some blaze rods. Let's get out of here. And now finally, we can go to the end. And here we are in the end. Now we only get one shot at this. So let's make it count. Now there's only one that is not boxed in that's left, and it's this one. So I'm going to do a risky thing and build up. Oh my goodness. Well, I finally got it. The only ones left are the cubed ones, yeah. We'll just call them that. And we only have 11 arrows as I've wasted like 30 arrows on all the other ones. Now it's just the main part, and that is killing the dragon. And I'm out of arrows. That was a waste of a bow, I'm not gonna lie. We can never let me near a bow again. Now the dragon is perching, and here it is, the final perch possibly for the dragon. And there we go. We have successfully defeated the dragon. Now we can collect the dragon egg since we're here. And now I would jump through this portal, but oh no, no, no. There's something I want my hands on. So we're gonna go through here, and now we're gonna go find the elytra and hopefully not die. The first one we're searching does have the elytra. We can also from here get shulker shells, which is why I put so much wood in my ender chest. Now we can see what we get in these chests, and that is exactly what I wanted for a chest plate. And that's a very good shovel. There's actually pretty good leggings, so I'll take those. And that's a good sword. Oh, that's a good one right there. Now we're gonna quickly grab this dragon head, and now we can loot this place. And there we go. We now have the elytra. Now we can place down an ender chest and a crafting table. Now if we get 32 gunpowder out, we're gonna make Flight 3 duration rockets, which should last us a while. I'm also going to make some shulker boxes since we're here. And well, I've gotten all the ender chests from this place. I've gotten like 17 shulker boxes from this place. I think I'm good. Let's get back to flying. Well, there's like 4 end cities in front of me, so I think we're going to go loot these places. Look at this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 7 of them. Holy. And now the other one that we're flying to also has an elytra. And now that's what I want. I want a Silk Touch Diamond Pickaxe and another elytra. I actually just realized that I have an Unbreaking 3 book. So I can put Unbreaking 3 on this elytra. Okay, I'll take that. That's another good sword. I could add Looting 2 to this sword to get Looting 3 finally. And then finally we have our hands on another elytra. And now we're going to head out of here and find a gateway. Well, we're out of firework rockets. We probably should craft some more before we keep flying. And I don't know why that came out so awkwardly, it just did. And in the distance of where we landed to make firework rockets, I see the gateway. How we can finally return home. I also have this really cool spear that you can lunge around with, and it uses a lot of hunger, so I'm not going to be doing it often. And you know what I didn't use in the end was my bookshelves and enchantment table, so I can now set this up somewhere. I also can combine some shovels to finally get a maxed out shovel. I don't actually know why I'm doing this, but that's actually a pretty good sword. I'll keep that one. And it wants to give me sharpness 4. You know what? I'll take it. Now I want to make an armor stand. And how we can make an armor stand, we're gonna place a light there and then put the armor stand. And now any of this extra armor that I have, I could put on this armor stand. That looks pretty cool, but we're gonna put a pickaxe in there as well. And we just need to make an item frame like that, and we're going to put it right there. And now I have this extra pickaxe for now that we're going to put in it. We can also take all of the diamonds that we got, and we have over a stack and a half almost of diamonds, so let's turn those into blocks. We now have over half a stack of diamond blocks. I also have just realized that I built this farm back on like day 5. Yeah, that project will probably never see a finishing date. We can see the forest I decimated to build my house. And here we are. We can get XP from here. Mind you, very slow XP, but it's what's here. I think the sooner we build an XP farm, the better. I also just realized I put my elytra on because I was going to heal it, but it doesn't have mending. Neither does the chestplate. Well, I have a better strategy on how to get XP. We're first going to fly all the way back home, go to the Nether, and now we need to kill some ghasts. And there we go. Are you serious? It's time to find another ghast. I have finally tracked down another one. There we go. We have the ghast tears, which is what I want. And we also got tears, which is a very, very good music disc. Here we go. We have the final ghast tier that I need. Now we can head home. That just go through the portal? It did. Now quickly, I'm going to make some more firework rockets. So quickly, we need to grab some sand. Then we're going to grab a furnace and some coal. And then we're going to head to the end. So we're going to quickly smelt up some sand. And yes, we are going to revive the dragon again. Don't know why I said again. I meant to say we're going to revive the dragon for the first time. I think I'm an idiot because I forgot the blaze rods again. So I'll be right back. And that guy dropped me a wither skeleton skull, so we're up to 2. And I'm in the entire wrong area. I'm trying to find blaze rods. And just like that, I have 3 blaze rods. We can get out of here. Maybe I can get a 3rd wither skeleton skull. And yes, I did! And now we're back. Now we can turn this into blaze powder and make our final Eye of Ender that we need. And there we go, 4 end crystals. I just realized I don't have a bow, so we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Here we go. We're gonna revive the dragon and defeat it again. And we have no time to waste. We need to get to breaking crystals and not dying. And now the dragon's perching. Let's not die. Also just realized we can smelt up some glass and we can get an achievement here. Let's get that. Well, this is probably the final perch. And there we go. We have defeated the Ender Dragon another time. And it seems like most of the XP went through the portal. So let's head on through. Well, I don't see any XP, so I guess that's all we're gonna get. Well, we didn't get that much XP, but it's XP nonetheless. So now we're gonna head home. Now we can finally do some combining of our swords and... There we go. Okay, that costs 29 levels to do it this way. But I also think I'm just gonna put efficiency 4. We're out of levels. So that means this can only call for one thing. We are going to build an XP farm. For this build, we're gonna need, I think it's 6 stacks of leaves. I almost had 5, but rest assured, I need 6. So we're gonna take this tree right here down. Well, I went till the shears broke and I got about 3 stacks. I think that should be enough. Yeah, that's more than enough. I also need an iron bar, a rail, and we also have to use one of our precious name tags. And we're gonna name this guy something special, Davo. Only real OGs will get that one. I also need on average at least 16 ender pearls, and I don't actually have that many ender pearls. I also need 7 stacks of blocks, which I'm gonna get in the morning. I also just realized I should have enough levels to put efficiency 5 on this, and I can. I then chopped some trees, traded with my villagers, and got another mending book from my elytra. And then I did the painful task, and I went mining. And now we should have all the stone bricks that we need. So I still need the trapdoors and the carpet, which I totally forgot about the carpet. And now this should be everything except for the pearls. And now we're going to go all the way over here. And now I'm just going to sit here and watch the lava pour. And now that it's finally reached the bottom, we can place our water and watch it all turn into cobblestone. And now we're at Y level 1, which is where the farm has to be built. And now we need to build 2 stacks of leaves into the void. And now that we're here, we're going to make a 4x6 platform, which is where our storage is going to go. And then we have the hoppers go into it, which... What happened to the other hopper? I swear I crafted 4 hoppers. What? I'm quickly going to head back home to see where I put those hoppers. Well, I don't know where I put those hoppers. So I guess I'm just gonna have to make a new hopper. So let's head back to the end, and now we can head back to where we were building, so we can finally continue building this farm. Now we need to build 12 leaf rings going up. There we go, that is all 12 done. So now from the ring I just made, we're gonna go out in each direction 10 blocks. We are out of stone bricks a little fast, and that is because I mined the wrong amount. So we actually need to go get more stone bricks. Well, I should now have enough stone to finish the build. And there we go, we have finished the farm with 7 extra blocks. Now we can put down the trapdoors, and then 3 temporary blocks with an iron bar on top, and then followed by another dirt block. We basically just have to build a little bit of a box around this place, and then try to get an endermite. And just like that, okay. And there we go, he's in. Alright, so now we just need to get rid of all these dirt blocks. Now just like that, how are you not falling, sir? And now if we go to the bottom of the farm, it should be working. And now we can watch the XP flow in. And basically all of my tools are going to be healed from this. So I'm going to AFK here for about 2 days. Now after sitting here for about 3 days, I have over 100 XP levels. I mean, the farm is working fabulous. And Lunar Client's bugging today, so there's no cloak. Now finally, we can combine these swords, and we also can combine these helmets, and now it just needs Respiration 3, which we can easily make since we have so many diamonds. Finally, we have gotten Respiration 3, so now we can combine these helmets, and we have fully maxed out our helmet. And now there's only one piece of armor that still needs to be maxed out. And we need mending for this, so we're gonna have to get some emeralds. So let's do some more deforestation. You serious? Well, we have over a stack of emeralds. Let's get this mending book. And now we can put mending onto our chest plate. Then we can go to the end, and then we can repair all of our tools. Well, I got a little carried away. We have now 45 levels. So now we can go back home, and I have something I want to build. I also just realized I've not cleared out any space to put this farm, so I should probably do that. Well, this should be enough land. I have the easy task of mining out a 5x5 area that is 2 blocks deep. On this side, we're going to make a 5x7 out of cobblestone. I don't know why these guys aren't taking the barrel. It's very interesting. I also just figured out why they aren't taking it. It's because they can't see the barrels. There we go. Now it's built properly. Now right here, I want to put a double chest with a hopper going into that. Real fast, I'm going to do some more storage here, as I don't really want to reach into the farm to get the iron. Basically, this is where we're going to pick up the iron from. Now we could do the fun task of placing the signs with the lava on top of that sign, which it should stay there now. Now I just need to put water in all 4 corners. Well, it's almost nighttime, and the next step requires a zombie. And while we wait, we can actually put down these slabs. And it looks like the zombies have decided to take the night off. I have now finally found a zombie. Just follow me, man. There we go. He's now in the farm. How quickly we have to do all this spawn proofing. Now the farm should be fully functional. Look at that. The first golem is in the farm. And just like that, we will now have infinite iron for the rest of our days. You know what? It's been a minute since we fought a boss. So real quick, I'm going to make some more fireworks, quickly go on the hunt for some food. You know what, the faster I get a food farm, the better. I've also found the flowers I need for my house. And I'm getting sidetracked, I need to head home. I'm at home. I'm going to find my wither skulls, grab some soul sand, and also my golden apples. I'm also going to take some notch apples just to be safe. And I'm going to go underground for this. Now we're at bedrock, so I'm going to do a little strip mine right here, clear out a small room, make a escape tunnel if needed, and now it's time to take the wither on, but before that I'm gonna eat a gapple. And then here we go. And I totally forgot to bring a bow, so it looks like we're gonna have to do this with the sword. And look at that, we already found diamonds. That is the wither defeated, and we finally have the Nether star. Now we can craft a beacon. Also get some more diamonds with our fortune pickaxe. And now I think right here is a perfect spot to start a beacon. I've actually changed my mind. I'm not going to put it right here. Instead, I'm going to put the beacon in the village for now. So I've cleared out some land. I think this is a good spot to put it. It's a good start towards the beacon, but you can't really put a beacon on this. But this is a good start towards a diamond beacon. And instead right here is going to be where our first beacon lives. And this beacon is going to give me speed. And you know what? I'm going to AFK the iron farm for a few days and see how much I can get. Well, it's been about 4 days, a little longer than usual, but let's see how much iron we got. From all of that time, we have like 8 stacks of iron here. That's pretty good. And Lunar Client decided to start working, so my cloak is now finally back. And we can actually make a stack of iron blocks. There we go. And real fast, I'm going to make a valuable shulker box. And I'm going to dye this one blue. We'll also rename it to valuables. That looks wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right. But now in this shulker box, we can throw all of our good stuff. There we go. That is the valuable shulker box finished for now. Now for my next project, I'm going to need a lot of cobblestone. But let's get to mining. Well, I nearly have 6 stacks. That's probably good enough. Let's head home. So just realized I'm going to need deep slate for this, so we're going back. Alright, I should have enough deep slate cobblestone. We're gonna get out of here now. And with all these resources I'm gathering, I'm actually gonna be expanding my sugarcane farm. I actually need a decent amount of iron for this. So there's all the pistons. And now we can make the observers. And now with all this cobbled deep slate, I'm gonna turn it into deep slate bricks. So now to make this work, we're gonna need to clear out some space over here. Yeah, it's a pretty good decent amount of land cleared out. I'm also forgetting something. I need rails. So now I need to do the fun task of breaking this one down. Now instead of the farm facing east, it's actually going to face south, which I'm now looking at this land and I'm realizing it's not big enough. Now we have a bigger space cleared out so we can get to building. The only thing different about this one is that it's 16 blocks long instead of like what I did 6 last time. It's not facing south, it's actually going to be facing east again, but this is the size of the farm now. And then once you have that, you want to carve out some spots to put redstone blocks, and then on top of those redstone blocks you want to put powered rails. And then once you have that down, you can then place your grass on top. And then finally we have to put down the glass. And I ran out of glass, but luckily I was smelting some. And that is all of the glass I had. It's just enough to get the farm going. And somehow I got the redstone wrong. We have to redo this entire thing real quick. The redstone's actually supposed to go on the bottom. So now when it goes 3 high, it only does that one piston. And you all probably knew that, so I don't know why I'm explaining it. And now all the sugarcane has been planted. Now we can finish the build by putting a wall all the way around this minecart. And there we go, the sugarcane farm now is done. Now for the last 4 days, I want to try and make my house look like a home. And in order to do that, I'm going to need some things. First of all, I'm going to need some item frames. I'll also need some red dye. I'll also need blue dye. And since we're here, also yellow. There we go. We have now got blue flowers. I also need black dye. So it is not a good day to be a squid. Now on screen are all the colors I need. And some of these I'm just not going to be able to get in this episode. So if you would like to see a 200 days, leave a like. I do plan to make this a series if this does well, so yeah, you know what to do. And now I'm actually going to put item frames onto these barrels. And I have an invisibility on item frames. That's not how you say that, but you know, you get the idea. Now in these item frames, we're gonna put all of the colors. I do have some extra barrels, obviously, and we're actually gonna put the other 3 colors I have on this side. And this one's gonna have a yellow, brown, and green, but I don't really have those 2 colors right now. But we have been to a jungle, and I seem to just have no cocoa beans. And actually the cocoa beans we have are at the old base. So now we can put brown dye in there. I really do have no oak logs, so I guess I'm gonna have to go mining for some more. Now I think, oh my goodness. And now I think 3 stacks will be enough, so let's get to building. And to continue the theme of the downstairs, I want to put crafting tables in the bottom of the logs. There also needs to be a doorway here so we can access this balcony. And now right above my head, I want to put a window, and in this corner, we're gonna have an anvil, and then eventually I want to put a smithing table on top. Now the upstairs is almost done. I think it's just missing one thing, and those are lanterns. Now I actually want to hang a lantern right there above the door. That looks pretty good. Now if I disable this lighting option, you can see it's pretty dark in here. So I'm just gonna hang some lanterns around. That might be a few too many, but oh well. We're now going to do the same upstairs. And now I think that is enough lanterns. Now we can move on to the 3rd floor, which conveniently enough needs a door. Now I think that's probably enough light for up here. So we're gonna head back downstairs. I'm not doing all the decorating today. Here's the smithing table. So I'm actually gonna take this upstairs real fast. Finally put those how I want them. And it looks like there seems to be a situation here. And well, they must die. And now I have a Bad Omen 3 ominous bottle. So I'm gonna go find a different village that's not my home, and we can do a raid, but after the sun sets. There's also a ton of cows out tonight. This is insane. And now these villagers might suffer a terrible, terrible fate. So Golem, get ready, because we have a raid on the way. And now where are these guys gonna be coming from first? And I see them over here. Let's take them out. And here's the next wave. Let's deal with them. I do have to be a little careful. These guys do pack a punch. And there we go. Who's the pillager now? And wave 2 has been dealt with. And in the distance, I see wave 3, and they're not gonna know what hits them. And again, wave 3 has now been dealt with. And here is wave number 4. And now this is the one I have to be careful of, as these guys could do a lot. And there we go. We now have a totem of undying. Let's get out of here. And now we are on to wave number 6. And I just killed that guy with 1 hit, and I have another totem of undying. That was insane. And that is a actually decent crossbow. And they're actually on the hill this time. That's insane. We have another totem of undying. And there's another one added to the collection. And I've unfortunately lost the raid, but I can still get totems. It's fine. I just one-shot that guy, and I might pop a totem to this guy, okay? Luckily, they don't know how to deal with S-tapping. And this is the last guy in the raid. And from that, I have 5 totems in total. I'd say losing the entire village was worth it. But finally, after 30 long hours, I have survived 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore. And I think I'll do a little bit of a tour. So first up, we have our automatic sugarcane farm, and it's doing pretty well. I built this pretty cool base, and it doesn't have proper storage just yet. I even furnished the inside. I even defeated the Wither and got a beacon, and started a bigger task of getting a full diamond beacon. I know I just showed you, but I got some totems of undying. I also scammed all of these villagers. I don't know if that's the best word. I think they scammed me. I also built this very early game iron farm, which just gets me tons of iron. I even maxed out all of my armor and nearly all of my tools except the axe. I even defeated the Ender Dragon not once, but twice. I also got myself the Elytra and built an Enderman XP farm. I also got some very cool music discs and some ancient debris. I also got an insane number of 3 enchanted golden apples. Now that is how I survived 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore.